All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of Lake City Variety. Our first guest today. You guys, come on.
As your phone dings. This is also the earliest we've ever done
This is the earliest we've ever done it, so I do actually have people that want to talk to me.
That's crazy.
Mr. Popular over here.
Right? I'm trying to source some better audio equipment so you don't have to listen to 4 people talk through a single condenser mic.
I know. I think it's been working out pretty good so far.
It sounds okay when I post it, but I do want to have balanced audio because I'm louder than all of you normally.
It is
except for Andy. Oh, our first guest is Andy.
Hello,
welcome, Andy. Otherwise known as Sam, Andy, whatever.
Sam, Andy, Samuel. I go by it all.
Well,
how
Corporal Anderson.
Let's not do that one.
Well, and there's the thunder. Because we're in the middle of the world ending.
Oh, we can only hope.
Yeah, it's actually the first time it's not 90 degrees and we're recording this show. But it's also the quietest we've ever started a show.
Is it usually just going at it right
It's normally just going at it right off the bat, and I don't have enough time to actually balance out the sound a little bit. But this is fine. Yeah.
I gotta say I'm a little bit distracted because I keep looking at the mic and then I keep looking at the screen and seeing
your wave?
Seeing the waves that I'm making.
It's it's a setup, that's for sure.
I mean, it works.
It does work a lot. Because then we actually know it's recording. Since you can't see, since this isn't a visual media, we have the flat screen TV in front of us with giving us the play-by-play of the recording equipment.
Yeah,
so,
my GPU in my computer is going nuts right now, just trying to output to this thing because it's my only 4K monitor. I don't have it set to 4K, but it is the biggest monitor it's ever seen. So it's panicking real hard, and it doesn't know how to transfer my mouse DPI to this screen. And so if I move, watch the mouse up here. Whoop, where'd it go?
I literally have no idea.
I'm moving it look at it, the smallest amount, and it just disappears.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's rough. Well, it works better for my dual monitor setup when I have to move across screens.
Yeah.
But on this screen, it's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
But it is anyway. Andy is with us. What's supposed to be? I am Paul. I'm the not so professional photographer. That's right. Might actually get real equipment. I talked to my boss. I gave him an item request form today, and he was like, "Get back to me later, and I will give you the card." And so I will hopefully be able to purchase actual camera equipment and actual storage and maybe a real computer for once.
That would be
to actually do things in editing software.
So nice.
That would actually be really nice. It's actually great. We get joined by Levi, as always.
Right. I am still not an engineer, so we're running with that.
Out of the 4 of us here today, there are 2 college degrees.
That's right. So. And I am not using mine, so...
Yep.
I'm in the negatives.
The Marine Corps takes it away?
They might as well have. All the alcohol that gets consumed, it's gone.
And Elliot, who is unemployed. This is his only job. He's doing it.
Correct, if I actually got paid from this.
I know. Well, we did just hit $15 on our Patreon.
Did we, though?
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
Did we, though?
We did. As long as they don't pull out by the end of the month, we hit $15 on our Patreon. Patreon.com/Lake City Variety. If you would like to hear more of this, if we hit $100 a month, that isn't pulled out. We will do an extra episode every week, and we are hopefully. All those dings on my phone earlier were from sellers of used audio equipment, so we might actually have balanced outputs.
That's right, which would be super sweet.
Which would actually be really nice. And this guy said he'll get back to me tomorrow once he has Facebook Pay figured out. But he said he'll settle for it very cheap when the thing is $250 new.
Something just came to my head.
What is it?
I'm technically an engineer, I think.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm a sound engineer.
No, not right. You haven't done anything yet.
Well, I've...
Sound engineering is so much different from...
I mean, it's
you
true.
do structural...
Do you hold the job title?
I mean, like, I work for a church-like organization, and so I run the sound equipment for that.
Yeah, but is that your main job?
Actually, yes.
But you went to school for, like, not even close to that type of engineering.
Yeah, I have no idea how to
like,
do
that's,
sound engineering.
like, sound engineering is, like, yes, it's engineering, but it's not.
What kind of engineering were you
Much
doing?
different.
Civil.
Bridges
Civil?
and buildings and
roads.
stuff.
Oh.
I would
Yeah.
do
Potholes.
roads more than...
Hopefully more than that. I hope he does more than that with
Well,
this.
scheduling maintenance on roads is a part of engineering.
So you've just decided to skip all of the roads in Andy and my home county for, like, the last 15 years, right?
Yep, that's exactly my fault, because they definitely... Oh, that was
We're
the...
losing power
We're-
here.
Oh, no.
We're
This
in the
might
middle
be
of a
interesting.
thunderstorm, and if we have a brownout, we will have to restart the episode.
If
That's
we have a
true,
brown
which
out,
is-
I'll brown out.
So, hurry up. Let's just do
Are
an
we
hour.
getting hail, too?
I think that's...
Or that's just rain?
That's
Okay.
just rain hitting my windows.
Big rain.
It is a big rain, though.
Big rain guy.
I mean, I'm trying not to use as much electricity as we are right now. I try to turn things off. But in order for us to stay kind of cool, we have the fan on. But these lights are flickering. At least, as long as the recording doesn't die.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it does, this is the earliest we've ever started recording, so
So
we have
it's-
some time.
It's not like we've never restarted an episode before.
That's right.
I feel like you have now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, let's give episode 2 a listen, and you'll figure out a little bit more about Elliot than you ever wanted to know, actually.
I think I'm good.
No, not in that way. Come on, get your head out together.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Just the night of June 2nd.
Yeah. 3 of us, Levi couldn't join us, unfortunately. You had whatever going on. But 3 of us just got back from a really great local bar that's got real cheap food and even cheaper alcohol.
Mhm. And get this. A local not small town, but to some people out there it might be a small town. But they actually had Hennessy,
For once.
which I never see at small bars. It was great.
That's right. It's mostly just Jack Daniels and, like, Fireball and stuff,
Yeah.
which is gross.
I've actually got to run home real quick.
Oh, really?
Yep. My roommate has left his windows open, and the world is suddenly falling on top of us at the moment.
Would you
Do
you
like
wanna
us to
borrow my
pause the
car?
recording, or do you want to come slamming through the door like Kramer?
Yeah, you can cover for me while I'm gone.
All right. We will
All right.
All right.
catch you. We'll catch you later, Elliot.
Yeah, Andy's back.
Andy, you can scooch on over to his
Oh. Front row seating?
front row seating.
That's right.
Seating.
If you need us to come out and help at all, we will.
I need to take my bottle of whiskey with.
There you go. It is a relatively average-sized bottle. This
It is.
actually.
It's a fifth.
It is a fifth. It's a whole
fifth.
fifth. It's not quite a whole fifth because
Wait.
I did make a fifth, like fifth of a gallon, right? No, it's not a fifth of a gallon.
That's what a fifth means?
It's not a fifth of a gallon.
Fifth in general is like what
Five-
that bottle looks like.
500 mil. No,
Let me.
it's more
I'll-
than.
let me look. Let me look.
What is it? I've had a picture of beer alone today. So
So
1 liter.
This.
it's a 1 liter.
So 1 liter is a fifth, about I think.
And then I don't remember why they're called a fifth because a gallon is
Don't
full of
fact
it.
check me on this.
A gallon. No, I thought a fifth was like 500 milliliters.
How
Or is
many,
it
how many
750?
milliliters are on?
That's
Or in a
1,000
liter.
milliliters in a liter. And then I thought it was like 750 because then it would be a fifth of a gallon.
Maybe it's a bigger bottle.
How
It's
much
2/5.
is a
2.
fifth?
Because I usually just buy a handle.
It's
of
it's
Tito's.
750 milliliters is is 1/5 of a gallon. That's what a fifth
So
is.
it's
Okay.
about
It's a bit
fifth.
bigger than a fifth. It's a quarter. It's a quarter of a gallon. All right, catch you later, Elliot. You good? You need to drive?
Yeah.
Okay, grab my keys. You know where they are.
He does know where they are.
It's really bad out there.
I don't have an
gosh.
umbrella. Maybe Carly does, but you can drive my car. Just don't hit anyone.
I have a fishing pole if you want to run down the street. Holding it straight up in the air.
Maybe a fish will fly out of the lake and
There
latch
we go.
on.
And just catch it.
Apparently, Elliot or not Elliot, Sam, Andy You found you heard gunshots, and you've determined them to be...
Well, it was...
Oh, yeah. So I don't know for sure, but we were out back burning some cardboard boxes.
Well, it's right before a rainstorm, so like it's fine. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. But
Cops, you listening? We know you listen because you called Elliot.
oh no. But there was some... to me, I'm around a lot of gunfire. That's my whole job. And to me, it sounded like a 25 cal firing. But they're convinced it was just a car backfiring.
Well, Levi said car. I said fireworks.
Fireworks don't echo like that, though.
Yeah, they do.
I don't.
Yeah,
I guess
do.
I live.
You live in the desert.
I guess I live in the desert, so I don't know. But
you live in the desert. Everything.
I feel
echoes.
like I know what a gunshot sounds like.
I would hope you would, but there's been a lot of fireworks to our west that way. So it wouldn't shock me if it was fireworks.
It is July.
It is also still July, so I still have spare fireworks. No, we burned those all actually.
You literally burned
We
the
burned
fireworks?
the fire. Yeah, I did throw some in the fire. I got like some big old sparklers left, I think. No, I ran out of those too.
I say don't keep them for next year. My brother did that this year. He tried to light last year's firecrackers.
Because they'll just blow up in your face.
He has a giant blister covering his whole hand.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. Remember when we decided to use old fireworks?
And we duct taped them all together.
arrows?
Yeah, we had like a solid pound of bottle rockets taped
just
together.
taped together. They were ancient.
Yeah. Like not even 1 year old. Nah. Those were
5.
5 or 6. Yeah.
Like maybe 8th grade, and then we were like back from. I was back from college, and he was back from his first or second year.
Okay.
In the Corps. But yeah, that started out because we were at your parents' house, and they got a lot of gophers. And they got a pile of gophers just all the time, and so we ran out of 22 rounds because we were just like sitting in the driveway.
We didn't run out.
We can't waste them all.
Because
we wasted the ones we had allotment to for the day.
Yeah, because I say we have thousands.
You guys have
thousands of.
Well,
rounds.
I can't. Well, you guys have a fridge full,
Which
is the weirdest way to start.
Well, no. Okay, the fridge is full of guns.
It is full of guns. It's got a pair of
giant
SKSs
tubs
in there.
and ammo cans full of rounds.
There you go.
That's different.
Anyway, so we ran out of our daily allotment of 22 rounds. And so we were like, well, what do we got? Well, we got bow and arrow. We got a bunch of random arrows. But we do also have a bag of old fireworks.
Yeah. Were we trying to shove them down the hole while lighting them?
Yeah. When they had like a 3-second fuse on them, so there's no way we could get them in the hole.
Yeah.
But then we would tape them to the arrows beforehand, and then one of us would have it drawn back, and the other one would light them.
Oh my gosh,
Did it
I
work?
forgot about this. Not what?
I mean, it did work a first couple times, but then one of them like fell off the bow.
We didn't kill anything with it.
No, it didn't really work,
It didn't work
in the way
that
we wanted
well.
to. Like, we were just trying to Dukes of Hazzard our way through life, honestly.
Yeah,
You'd shoot it at something and it would blow up in the air.
So
Yeah,
you'd have your bow, right?
Yeah.
And someone would be holding it ready to go, and you'd have like a firecracker or a bottle rocket at the end of it.
Yeah.
And you just both stand there waiting for a gopher to pop its head up,
Yeah.
and then the other person
goal is
lights
to
it, and
get
then you
close.
just let it go.
Yeah, because we weren't going to hit it because the arrow is so heavy from the side from the firework.
Yeah.
They weren't big fireworks, but they were old bows.
Really old.
And would it blow up the arrow off, cockeyed into the ground?
It would
We didn't think that far.
We did not. If you assume we thought that far ahead.
No, but did it do that?
I mean, they went wonky a little bit.
Okay.
And then one of them got ish close, but also didn't work.
The only thing I could think in my mind when we started doing it was the exploding rounds from the Black Ops.
Yeah.
You have the bow and the exploding rounds.
Yeah, the exploding crossbow.
Yeah, that's all I could think of. I was like, this will work, yeah.
This is definitely going to work, and it just did not.
No way.
But then we decided, and one of them fell off and landed by our feet. And it just went off, and we got little bits of stuff in our legs a little bit.
Yeah, because there's sand everywhere, so these little...
Yeah, it's not even bits
rocks
of the
everywhere.
firework or the arrow. There's just little pebbles, and they're sharp. Mm-hmm. Because someone hits them with the mower all the time, and so they just get smaller and smaller and sharper. It
ain't me.
It's probably
I don't do yard work.
Not anymore. You just sit in a hut and drink.
Yeah, well, now I do the yard work now.
Yeah.
Whenever I come home,
It is fun to do yard work.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been clearing out our woods.
Yeah.
And so I just have a machete all day just going through all the buckthorns and little maples sitting there.
Yeah.
That sounds sick.
No, it is sick. One time, we were in high school. I think we had just graduated high school from our very small town, which we do have 2 people who actually made it from our small town, and I'm trying to be the third. And if Andy is a recurring guest, he will be the 4th.
And if you want to try to guess where it's from, one of the towns around us, within 100 miles,
which is very close considering where we're from.
Yeah,
like 100 miles is like to
Walmart.
That's
closer than you think. Is a gold medalist in hockey.
Yep. Actually, even I'd say within 50 miles.
I was just being nice with
I'm being even more generous. Within 50 miles of our hometown.
To guess the hometown.
In the Midwest, there is a gold twice Olympian.
Is it twice?
She didn't get gold twice, but she was in the Olympics. She was in the Olympics twice. Female hockey player.
You're being really generous.
I am being very generous. We've been very generous with where we are right now. In the last couple episodes, Levi.
Well, you know what they say.
If you want great hair.
You want gray hair? Go to Great Clips.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Except I go to Ramon's.
Ramon's. That seems like a very gay barber.
Honestly, he might be. He might be. But he's super good at cutting hair.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's nothing against him. It's just that's like if I was going to be a gay barber, like. I'm already got 3 buttons undone, but if I was going to have 4 buttons of my Hawaiian shirt undone and then just a carpet of chest hair, I'd be a gay barber too.
Yes.
That's what he sounds like.
And you work at Ramon's.
And you work at Ramon's.
You got to say it right, though.
Ramon's.
Ramon's.
Dude, you got any Ramon's?
Any Ramon's?
Any Ramon's? No. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's really close to us. And then 2 people from our high school that we did go to high school with, if not briefly for the first one and a while for the second one. The first one, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, because we were only in high school with him for a little bit, but we did go to school with him for a while.
Well, I mean, it was 2 years.
Yeah, it was close enough.
And I lived right next to him. Not next to him.
You didn't live that... I mean, for our town, you lived...
For our town, 5 miles is like... you'd walk there to hang out.
Like, to say you lived outside of town meant you lived, like, 30 minutes away...
Yeah,
from the town,
and that's not like where I live now, like Camp Pendleton to San Diego, where it's 30 miles, but an hour and a half drive
because of the stupid highway. What interstate is that? It's like 10 something.
That's 5.
Highway 5. Interstate 5.
That's the 5.
The 5.
Yeah.
Is it just crowded or dumbly designed or?
Well, it's like it's not. The design isn't bad, minus the fact that it's 2-lane for most of the way.
Yeah, that's rough. It needs to be like 4-lane for.
But there's just so many people living in California.
From Oceanside to San Diego alone, it's like standstill most of the time.
Yeah. You want to go somewhere at 5:00 in the afternoon?
Don't
think again.
Just stay in your house.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't get a house. He wants to leave as much as possible because it's the barracks. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so barracks, back when I first got to my unit, super cool.
Yeah. Well, they give all the freshies the good
ones. Barracks parties every night for months straight. Weekday, weekend, didn't matter. You're getting blackout. But then you'd have guys, like higher-ups, crawling in your windows in your bathroom because that's the only unlocked window in the barracks, and they'd crawl in. You'd hear them at 3:00 in the morning. You hear a bottle smash in the shower, and then a body fall on top of it, and then 2 seconds later, you got some dude right in your face, and he's just like, "Hey, get up, and that's it.
And then if you didn't,
then I won't talk about that. But you did. You did.
You did, or else.
Yeah.
Vague threat.
But now it's just, I get excited because every couple of months I hear screaming and throwing up in the hallway. And for a split second I think, the barracks are back. And then it'll be another couple months till I hear it again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, let's see. Well, if Elliot's gone, but for once, all four of us were actually in the same place, other than here. We did leave here. We did leave this city and travel about 2.5 hours away.
It's true. It takes getting out of town
for us to do anything, honestly. But we do actually hang out outside of this city and outside of this time. Wow, we're real friends. But we were all at the same camp this weekend.
It's true.
And we just had a good little hangout, good little shindig.
I'm the guest, and I was there briefly.
Yeah, he did show
crazy.
As tired as you.
Until my parents wanted to go garage sailing.
Yeah, it's fair. It's nice around there. But we were Carly, my wife, and I had our newlywed celebration because our wedding was so small. Not because of COVID, just because we didn't want relatives that we didn't want there.
And that's expensive.
And it's expensive.
And
like our wedding was super cheap. Not because we're like stingy, but because we just didn't have any expense to it. It was really cheap, and like because of that, our parents both were like, okay, we got this half and we got this half, and that was super nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it worked out really well. But we did have a really nice party with a lot of good food.
It was so good.
Those fruit cups.
Yeah, those.
I wasn't gonna have one until you told me to, and I
had never had one until like that day because I'd never even seen them before. But Carly's family just makes them like for every event.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. Who made those?
Yeah, so
They're really good.
They were really good. It's like a lot of really good frozen fruit mixed with like fruit juice, like orange juice concentrate and lemon juice, and it's really good.
Oh yeah.
But
It's just a frozen fruit cup.
Yeah, it's just a cup of frozen fruit. It like turns into a slushy. The more
I wouldn't mind it if there's a little bit of just
a touch,
just a tad of Tito's in there.
You can bring your own next time. We weren't going to be able to have any at camp.
That's what I was telling my parents.
We used to have to drive down the street to go to a different lake to go smoke.
Dude, we were driving there, and I didn't bring any of my alcohol because I'm like, it's a wedding reception. You know, there has to be like some alcohol there.
Yeah.
And then like halfway, like we were like halfway there, and I mentioned it to my parents, and they both look at me and they're like, "You know it's at a camp, right?" I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. That's funny. That's pretty good. But yeah, Andy, you've got a year left.
I do.
In the Corps?
4 years down, baby.
4 years down. Wow, he could have had a college... I could have had a college degree in this amount of time.
I mean, yeah, but why do that when you can just go to a trade school?
But why do that when you can just say, I'm done, and then leave?
And why do that
when you can
just be homeless?
And why do that when you can just rob a bank for $1 and live in a prison?
It's true. What you got to do is you got to fly to Norway, rob a bank, get in a Norway prison. Have you seen those?
Yeah, and then just
They're
get like
really
a PlayStation 4 and hang out.
Yeah, they're like super nice beds,
Dude,
TV.
But like,
have you seen? Okay, I got real intense just now. There's like the Swedish job. It's like these 8 guys stole a bunch of paintings from the museum, the National Museum in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Like a Rembrandt. That one's still missing. But like 2 of them were in prison at the time of the robbery. But their prison system is so lax that they were good behavior prisoners, so they had weekends off from jail.
Dude.
So they could just like if they were behaved
That's
well enough
hilarious.
for like the week, they could check out for like 24 hours, and then just like stay at home for the night or something like that.
And they just went and robbed a painting.
And they went and robbed a museum.
So you're telling me I could just go become a felon in Sweden?
Yeah. Well, as long as you don't commit like a mass murder.
Yeah, during the week.
Like honestly, just commit manslaughter with a car.
Yeah, during the week, it'd be like living in a New York apartment.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean,
and
a little bit nicer
on the
than like a New York
weekends, I
apartment.
go ski in the Alps.
If you were good enough behavior and if you didn't start any fights, but you also remember you're on probation, so if you have any alcohol, you can't leave anymore.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah, I'd be in trouble.
You would be in trouble immediately. The second they let you out and you go to your Mike's Lemonade that you've stashed around the corner because your buddy dropped it off 2 days ago.
Do you know the reason they do that though?
Do you? Are you asking because
Wait,
you know?
Yeah, I know.
You know
that they have such a nice, like, I'm gonna call it a really, really nice prison system.
It is a really nice prison.
It's to get you not acclimated to prison life.
Yeah,
so you don't stay in prison.
Yeah,
so you feel normal.
But it's so nice and so cheap that why would you leave?
It's true.
It's true.
That's the problem they ran into. You have to find a nice balance. You can't have it be like, okay, now you're in a gang and you're going to kill this dude because we tell you to, and now you're in a white supremacist gang getting tattoos and shaving your head.
Yeah.
And
you have to find that good balance because...
Dude, you just got to commit a white-collar crime.
Yeah.
Just go and guzzle
I'm
a
not
little
saying
bit.
that. I'm saying for, like, a prison, like, system,
Yeah.
you have to get, like, somewhere in between. We're not going to let people out on the weekends so they can rob a museum.
Yeah.
But also in between of... We're not going to turn everyone into a lifelong criminal.
Yeah.
You just gotta...
You gotta find a good old balance in there.
Like, what if you did, like, alright, you have, like, the pretty intense
So instead of PlayStation 4s and nice beds, you have army cots and PS2s.
Dude, PS2,
No, I was gonna
you get
say-
Shaun White snowboarding?
Dude, just get a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And just build a map, custom
Dude,
skate.
honestly, Shaun White snowboarding was a better game.
That was a good game. That was a really fun game.
I didn't play the Tony Hawk that much, but
Tony Hawk was okay.
I played this.
Dude, just hitting
I
a
played the
Christ
toys-
there.
I played the PS2 Toy Story game.
Yeah,
That game was pretty sick.
that was pretty good.
You're making... That's what I have in my living room right now. Is
it really? You have a PS2 and
I have
Toy
a
Story?
PS2. I feel like now I'm in prison. Is what I don't have Toy Story.
But do you have like an army rack as your bed?
No, I have a real bed.
Okay.
I have a real bed.
Honestly, the best sleep in my life on like a twin size mattress is on a rack.
Dude, honestly, racks, like...
They're comfy.
I may be crazy and just, like, acclimated to it, but I love sleeping on really hard ground.
Yeah, dude, like a nice rock with a sleeping bag, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
good.
then I have my little pillow that I just blow up with air.
Yeah. I think that comes from me. That comes from a lot of going to the Boundary Waters.
Oh.
Yeah, and like doing a lot of that and stuff like that. Or like going to the mountains, because we like doing the drive out to Colorado or Montana.
Yeah.
And then doing that. Like that's good. But working at camps forever, sometimes when you're a counselor, you know, and you have a lot of kids, you don't get a bunk bed or anything. So they have a bunch of like surplus cots. And I slept on a rack for 3 summers in a row. And now it's the best. I don't need melatonin. I don't need a nightcap. I don't need anything.
Oh,
You lay on it and you wake up the next day.
I need melatonin.
My
My mom always told me that, don't take melatonin. You won't be able to sleep without it.
Now
look at me.
Now look at me.
No, I couldn't sleep without it before. Like, it just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
You know, I used to take, my wife is really mad at me for this because it was bad, but she had these 10 milligram ones, and I used to have to take 8 before bed
Oh my god.
to feel tired. 80 milligrams of melatonin
That's so much.
to feel tired, to feel anything.
See, if I ever wanted to have a good dream on the weekend, I'd take like 10 of those and then chug some whiskey.
And
I'm
just
not a
lucid
doctor,
dream.
don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't mix melatonin and alcohol.
Yeah, but I did. And
Is melatonin even a drug, or is it just...
It's a natural chemical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like your body
It's
produces
not like-
Yeah, but like
melatonin.
alcohol's a natural.
it's not like I'm taking painkillers. and
Penicillin
chugging
is a
whiskey.
natural,
like-
natural chemical.
I'm not shooting up
But, like, okay,
heroin right before.
Yeah.
Shooting up
Heroin
heroin.
before bed.
I need sleep.
I don't
So
think
you
that'll...
fuse to your mattress while it's on fire because you put it next to the radiator. Remember that guy that came to our school?
Who was that?
He was like this dude. He had like one leg, and he's like, "Dude, don't do meth. Don't do heroin. I watched my best friend."
Was it the guy with the eye patch?
Yeah, and he like, like
His best friend melted?
no, like he was in like a motorcycle gang, and then they were like drug addicts, and so his best friend like shot up heroin, and then put his mattress, like just a uncovered mattress next to a space heater, not a space heater, like a baseboard heater, and it caught on fire, and he just melted to the mattress.
And died?
Yeah,
Oh, he melted to a mattress.
yeah, dude.
Well, but, like,
his
some
skin is
people-
fused.
Like, some
He's not
people
gonna-
melt to the mattress and then they live and they, like, have a horrible life afterwards, you know? It's
No,
like...
well, he at least luckily died. But he got his friend sober, so that's nice. And then
Yeah.
okay, let's talk about this. The motivational speakers they brought to high schools in our area of the country
Oh no.
were of the weirdest caliber ever. They were weird people.
I don't even know how to like describe.
Remember the yo-yos? Remember Ned?
What the heck is yo-yos?
Ned.
Or
Remember Ned, the yo-yos?
Ned,
They made
Ned.
yo-yos popular, and they were really expensive, and they like their whole goal is to try to get you to spend money on these yo-yos.
So stop for a second.
Yeah.
So a motivational speaker
Yeah.
came to your school
Mhm.
and wasn't actually there to motivate you. They were there to sell yo-yos?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, underneath the guise of motivating us.
Yeah.
Because yo-yos change.
They have these like life quotes and don't do drugs.
Here we go.
Stamped on the yo-yos.
Okay, so they're like they're really cheap. They're
like the person or the yo-yos.
The yo-yos are decent yo-yos. The person is not famous.
No, the yo-yos were made in like a sweatshop in Thailand.
But if you had the good one, there's only one good one. It was way overpriced,
and it was like $500.
They had
no. It was like $55.
Okay,
and it was way overpriced. It should cost like $10, but it was the good one, and I won one because their whole thing was like Ned, N, never give up, E, educate yourself and others, and like D, do your best or whatnot.
Oh, I thought you said
like
his
Dare?
name was Ned.
It was like Dare.
Yeah, it was like Dare, but for yo-yos.
So in small town motivational speakers, they're all like Dare, but if
this is the Ned.
Walmart
this is
version,
the thing, and it's this is a cheapo garbage thing.
No, so motivational speakers from like small towns like that, it's like Dare, but Walmart version and made out of Play-Doh.
Get started with Ned.
It's like Gumby trying to give you a motivational speech.
It is like Gumby trying to give you a motivational speech.
But an off-brand Gumby.
But like our school, I don't know why every school, I don't know if it's like a state thing where they have to allocate some of their budget to like have speakers come into the school, stuff like that, or what it is. But they need to stop doing that. Remember the guy that would just come in and make you sell magazines? So we could go on like our 8th grade field trip to Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
And it's like, what a scam. They're making so much money off children, like child labor.
I always did order the Bassmaster for myself, though.
Yeah, that's a good one. The Cabela's.
I got the Cabela's and the Bassmaster for myself.
Because you get 3 free ones if you sell like 10.
And then, like, my close family, the family I cared about, I didn't sell it to them, but everyone else...
Oh, yeah, like distant cousins?
Yeah,
like second, third cousins who I never going to see?
Total guilt trip. Come on, man, just buy my magazine, man.
I literally hated fundraisers.
Like, I never wanted... My parents, luckily, would just, like, not let me do them, and now I'm glad because I didn't scam my friends.
Like, as a Boy Scout, like, they're like, oh, sell your popcorn, sell your Eats. And so, like, I would. But then I also, like, wouldn't really try, and I'd feel bad. Because, like, I don't know, like, I'm not a salesperson, so it's like...
The only one I really got into was, remember the band one? The coupon books for Bonescu.
Coupon books.
Because then we got duckies, and then if you got enough duckies, you could like do a thing.
My giant, just
your
10-pound lanyard of duckies
of rubber ducks.
What? Oh
rubber ducks on keychains. That's all it was.
Like
you every time, sell rubber ducks.
So you would sell like one coupon, and you get like this just normal duck, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you'd sell like 5 more, and you get a cooler duck. And then, like, another 5 more, and you get another cool duck.
I'm still looking at this Ned website.
Like, the more coupons you sold to people, just the cooler the duck was.
And then the amount of ducks you had, like, the duck was cooler, but the amount of ducks you had meant you got different things, and you got each prize below, like, that you, for year to year and below. And, like, I think second or third was, like, 30 seconds in the money tornado.
Yes! Yeah. I remember those.
The cash tornado.
Yeah. I remember, like, having just a bunch of ducks around my lanyard, and I wear them with pride, you know?
Everyone did.
I
remember there was, like, one kid that had a duck because his grandma bought one thing, and everyone made fun of him.
Yeah, I swear, dude, I would be sitting in class with my lanyard of ducks, and I'm sitting there like, I don't need to be here. I got ducks. I felt like I could just walk out, tell the teacher to piss off, and walk out the door.
Ducks swinging.
Just because I had the ducks.
And it was like everyone and every teacher like was waiting for it to end so they could just go, no more ducks in classrooms. So they can enforce that. But it's like so there's like all those fundraisers and crap like that. And so you got some money and a lot of it went to like community and then a lot of it went to whatever company was doing the thing.
Yeah, we only got like 5% of that money.
I know, it's so dumb.
It's a big...
That's why instead of doing that, remember how I used to make money in middle school for trips like that? Do you remember that? Because I got
you got in actual trouble for that, didn't you?
I did get that because I was basically like a drug dealer,
but for candy and
I was
pop.
like, dude, I didn't sell pop. But I would go to Sam's.
Oh, no, that was Noah.
Noah sold pop.
Noah was like selling Mountain Dew.
Because he was going to try to cut into candy like I was. And then I was like, nah.
But now he sells real drugs.
And he did get caught.
But he still does, and he makes tons of money.
Yeah, in St. Paul or wherever he is.
There was
North St. Paul.
When I was a senior.
Just doxed Noah. His address is.
Doxed Noah.
Also, to quote my mom, if you're going to run drugs, don't buy a fancy car, but also don't buy one that has like cracked tail lights and a headlight out.
Because then they can
just get like a 2005 Ford Escape.
Not even
that's
a little too big. That's a little too big. Get yourself like a Hyundai like sedan.
A 2011 Toyota Camry.
There you go. An 11 Camry. Just make sure that
millions of them. You know,
there's millions of them. Make sure it's in red, so no one ever sees it. Because there's how many red cars you see a lot. I had a red.
I see a lot of black.
A lot of black,
but
black it's like, if you're doing runs at night, black is a little suspicious. But if you're like driving around in a red car at night,
a bright neon.
What about like
green.
A Chevy Impala?
Chevy Impala, there's a lot of those though. So you
can't do a Tahoe.
You can't do a Tahoe.
You can't sell drugs out of a Tahoe.
You'll get pulled over immediately.
A lifted Tahoe with spinning rims.
Bright pink Jeep. That's what you should do.
No.
Oh,
like a Jeep Compass in like gray.
A Patriot.
There you go. A Patriot.
A Jeep. Who is a drug dealer in
so
a Jeep
you have to
Patriot?
pick like a mid to mid-low, like a college student car, and you make sure your tabs are paid for. Make sure your headlights are good. You got your insurance, everything like that, and then just don't have your drugs in the center console in the cup holder.
That's right.
Just don't have your drugs in the cup holder.
Do you remember?
Don't speed.
Do you remember?
Don't go 100 down the road. Go 65 instead of 55, but don't go 100. We know you're gonna make a sale because you're losing money on gas. Because small town. I mean, I suppose in California, like you can sell weed for quite a profit.
No.
Yeah. No. Really? Oh, because it's right. It's like legal there.
It's legal. Like 100%. You will not sell any weed.
You'll never sell fake. Like,
just yourself.
That's a bummer.
Because there's stores everywhere.
That's true.
You walk in, they got a giant like wall and aisles of gummies and cookies and whatever they make THC in now. And then you got aisles, like full-on aisles of different buds or whatever the kids are smoking these days.
Yeah, like whatever.
It's not hash.
Like hey, it looks like we might be getting a soundboard. Maybe not by the next episode, but we will have it ready by episode 6 for certain.
There we go. I'm
not going to say for certain because the deal could fall through, but he is going to ship it to me, and then we'll have to get cable. We'll have to source some cables. But we'll just go to music. We'll go to music go round.
You got
cables. I'll get some mics for
and
here.
I can also borrow mics. Oh, unless you. Yeah,
I have to get a sound card though. I do have to get a sound card so we can input it to our Audacity. Oops, never mind.
I mean,
our professional Adobe, whatever that we pay us.
Oh, I see the slip.
Yeah.
Insert high-end name brand here.
This is where, because we're going back and we're dubbing over, right?
Yeah,
like that slip up. Yeah,
right. Whatever. What is a DJ Khaled probably uses Audacity? I would laugh so hard if he used just Audacity and that's it.
Oh, man.
Posted to SoundCloud.
No one cares anymore with all the SoundCloud rappers and whatever. You know, most of them probably don't even use Audacity. They just use their phone. And, like, I'm sure there's some kind of editing you can do in your phone to make it sound weird.
Yeah, you have to, like, make it really big before it actually matters.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. If you can make do with what you got, full send.
But we don't want to make do with what we got. Because this only sounds okay.
Want to be rich boys.
Absolutely.
Wealthy, not famous. That's what I want to be.
That'd be good. Slide under the radar a little bit. But like,
I mean, you can have a lot of money. Yeah, have a lot of money, but you don't have to have all the pressure that comes with it.
Yeah. This is a bit more chill. I did get a text from Elliot a little bit ago. Says he's on a little bit of damage control over at the house.
Ooh.
That's rough.
Little basement waterage.
How's your basement doing?
Well, I mean, our hot water heater decided.
So there's already water.
There's already water. Like, what's it gonna hurt? We already moved everything.
That's fair enough.
The only thing down there that like might get hurt is an old coffee table we don't like because we got this bad boy.
It's a really nice coffee table.
It is a nice coffee table. It's like an oak slab with like really nice metal feet.
Ooh.
It has some good weight to it as well.
It's got some heft to it. We have our one mic set up on my old college textbooks.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it's a good time.
I've never had college textbooks.
They're
you did have
overpriced.
textbooks. You
Don't buy
had
them.
school books for Schoolhouse, didn't you? You had books for Schoolhouse or like PDFs. You had
For my school?
Yeah.
Like in the Marine Corps?
Yeah.
No.
No? What did they teach you out of?
So
Did you
PowerPoints.
Oh, PowerPoint.
Right.
Just PowerPoints?
So, alright, so what I do is, it's not what I went in for. I didn't start doing this till a couple years after.
Not until you dropped out of the fun one.
Yeah, I got hurt and got dropped out of recon. But
which is the coolest thing ever, and I used to say to my friends, I have one of my really good friends from high school was a recon Marine.
oh no. Oh no, you didn't.
People I've never seen since, so don't worry about it.
But see, what people don't know is recon doesn't actually do anything. It's all MARSOC. They get all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But in my schoolhouse of what I do now is I work on optics. I fix all the night vision, all the thermals, all the stuff that shoots missiles, all that stuff I can fix. And we just basically get a quick 3-day class on it, like with a PowerPoint. And then they just give us a giant technical manual and give us broken ones and tell us to fix them. And then we do that for a month, and then we move on to the next thing.
And so you're like kind of, not a mechanic, but like you fix stuff.
Yeah, I think like the word that they use and like the job title is a optics technician. So
There you go.
it's technician, mechanic is the same thing. I used to work on Humvees and 7 tons too. So all the military vehicles, I used to fix those.
Yeah.
Which is a pain.
Never buy anything military grade.
No, when you see something online or in a TV ad or commercial or like in a newspaper or something that says military grade.
It really means causes cancer, will not work,
Yeah.
will kill you.
Yeah. So the way the military gets things, because
You have to buy in bulk. It's like Costco. Military gets things like Costco.
so you see like the military budget on like Fox News or CNN or
Yeah,
whatever
it's
you
like
watch.
a couple billion or whatever.
Yeah, that is not a lot for how much our gear costs because we don't make it. We buy it from private contractors.
Yeah.
And so when the military goes to like buy like a Humvee, they're like, they go to like everyone, sit them all in a room, and they say, who can make me the most Humvees for the cheapest? And that's who they get their Humvees from. It's ridiculous.
And it means they have no ignition keys. They have a button. The doors never lock.
Oh yeah, that's the best. You get a new guy, hey, go get me the Humvee keys.
Dude, where do we keep him? He's like looking for the lockbox for like 5 hours.
Go ask the OIC. Go ask our officer where the Humvee keys are.
Yeah, go ask the new butter bar where the Humvee keys are.
Oh god. Watch the PFC and the butter bar run around together looking for the Humvee keys.
The butter bar has to go up to his captain and be like, the captain, where are the Humvee keys? And then he just gets slapped.
Honestly, he would. I would.
If you were a captain?
No. If a butter bar came up and asked me, like, I have full respect for butter bars, kind of.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
they
they
so
went-
like lieutenants, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lieutenants are butter bars?
Their
So
bars
that's
are
like-
yellow.
Okay.
It looks
the
like the
lowest.
butter.
That's the lowest in the officer chain.
Yep.
Okay.
They're like fresh out of college, fresh out of the officer school,
Mm-hmm.
and that's their first unit.
Mhm.
And
Like
so
they just
know
passed ROTC,
nothing.
they just got their commission, and they've just been placed on a base.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah.
They
So, like,
don't, only because they don't suck because they're bad people. They are smart.
yeah,
They
went
just
to
don't know.
college.
They just
know a lot about
don't
life.
know anything about the military.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. I love it every time.
I know nothing about the military, but I pretend I do because a lot of my friends are in the military. At least a lot of them from high school. Oh, my landlord is calling.
All right, looks like we lost Paul. So this is this is the Levi and guest episode right now.
Yeah.
What do we want to talk about?
I don't know now. Paul was the one that started everything.
It's true.
Let's see.
Is there any current events that's good?
Current events
that we care about?
Man. I spend most of my time drinking. I don't know.
Oh wait.
Sick.
Grab the gun.
Oh, we got
Grab the food. We need to get out of here, man. Oh, it is coming down out there. Oh man.
The zombies or the rain?
Yeah, why not both? Jeez.
I heard you had some damage control.
Yeah, it was a little rough. Roommate left a couple windows open, and his room had about a quarter inch of standing water in it.
Did it actually?
Not the whole room, like the portion underneath the window.
Is it like carpeted or is it hardwood?
No, it's hardwood.
Okay,
So
that's
I
good.
mopped it up a little bit, and I've got fans blowing on it now. But yeah, it's rough. I live one block away, and there are branches down, and there are garbage cans blown everywhere.
Is it still going out there?
It slowed down quite a bit, but when I walked out, I was drenched. I have been drier while swimming than when I was walking through that.
All right. Yeah, you didn't miss much, though.
No? What's going on here?
We've what have our topics been so far?
Oh, man.
We've talked about
everything.
Small town motivational speakers.
Yep.
We've talked about the military. We've talked about... Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. I'm blanking.
The fact that you're gone. We talked about the fact that Paul's now gone as well.
What's going on with Paul?
Well, the landlord called, so I'm sure...
Oh my gosh, my landlord called me.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I sent a text saying, like, the house is flooded, everything is gone. and then I just got a call randomly from my landlord. I'm like, is this guy tapping my line? Is he watching me? What a goon.
He's probably listening to the podcast in 3 days and called himself back in the past to let him know. Is that how that works?
He must be in like Europe where it's already been.
It's tomorrow already?
Yeah.
That's true.
Those bastards didn't warn us about 9/11.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, boy. Oh, I actually did see something related to, I don't want to say 9/11, but kind of. I saw on Instagram, I just so happened to follow George W. Bush on Instagram. And on his story, he posted, like, no words, no caption, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just a picture of Trump Tower.
That's pretty ominous.
And there's just a ton of memes about...
What are you planning there?
What do you...
Is he confessing right now? Is that what he's doing?
Like, I don't know anything that no one else does, but just with all the jokes going around, I'm like, alright, so...
Do you think George Bush has got to know about, like, the jokes and the conspiracy theories, right?
Well, yeah, he would definitely know that he did 9/11, right?
Okay.
I mean, if I was the president and, like, I was out of office and there was all the jokes about me, I'd be in on it just messing with people every day. If they were trying to start a conspiracy theory about me, I'd just kind of hint that they were maybe right. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. My landlord just called me about hot water heater.
Oh. We're just talking about 9/11 and George Bush.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Let's see. George Bush did 9/11. Dank memes can't melt steel beams.
No. He posted a picture on his Instagram story a while back of Trump Tower with no caption, no nothing. Just
it's going,
Trump Tower.
It's next. That's funny.
Can you imagine on the 20th anniversary?
Yeah, I actually did
What's
a lot
that?
better this time.
Can you imagine on the 20th anniversary of 9/11? Trump
Oh,
Towers
it
is
is.
hit by a plane.
It's almost the 20th anniversary, too.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. It's going to get hit in 2 months by a plane.
Don't say that, man. You better knock on wood right now. Actually, we could go to war over it. And
Again.
then I could stay in the Marine Corps. Because the reason I'm getting out is because
It's boring.
it's peacetime, you know? There's nothing
Mm-hmm.
exciting. Like, I don't want to go to war. You know, no one wants to deal with that.
No. But.
Not be bored either.
It kind of be fun, you know?
Yeah. Get a little shitty
You
shitty
know?
bang bang.
Yeah. Yeah, get a little bit of action in my life. So, I mean, I'd be mad, but
Would you really, though?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just force all the anger at whoever they tell me to. Whoever they're blaming, I'm in.
I
There
think
you
that's
go.
what they want. So
Yeah.
It's time to have a little bit of this.
Okay. Talking about possible tragedies that might have been planned by the U.S. government to go into wartime.
Okay. All
Are you
right.
guys familiar with the start of the Spanish-American War?
Yeah, blame the Maine on Spain.
Briefly.
Blame the Maine on Spain. Yeah.
It's like
That's
a ship
exactly-
that,
Are you
it's a
saying
ship
the
that
US
we
government-
blew up on our own and we blamed Spain for it.
Yeah.
We went to war for a while.
I
with
mean,
them.
they
See,
didn't-
I don't know a lot about general wars, but anything Marine Corps, like specific battles,
This
I
was
got
before
you.
the
Yeah, because you had to. Yeah.
Before the Marine Corps, when was it?
Very end of the
It's like-
1800s. I think-
Nah, see, Marine Corps, 1775,
Was it?
baby.
Tut Tavern. Or Tun
Tun Tavern,
Tavern.
baby.
Tun Tavern,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
They
Right.
ran the second
is
largest
Tun
bar
Tavern?
bill.
So, do you know how we got recruited back then? It was started in a tavern. It was just a bunch of drunken sailors,
Yeah.
and they got bribed with booze and steak to go fight for them.
Not
Yeah.
a single thing has changed
how,
since.
and that's how it
And honestly, the
started.
steak is now
And when they
crayons,
were doing
and the booze is more booze.
Yeah, and so when they were doing recruiting, the sailors would show up to the tavern to drink, and they got offered free booze and steak to go
Just
fight.
sign on for the
To
revolution.
do an actual
Yeah.
ground war.
Yeah, no, they didn't fight any on the ground.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were-
because they were the.
Up until like the mid 1800s.
It was just the
Well,
Navy.
up until Mexico,
Yeah.
they were mainly on ship.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, blame the Maine on Spain.
Blame the Maine on Spain.
Let's hear that government
Yeah,
conspiracy.
so basically, the Maine was this, like, from what I remember in class, it was this really outdated,
it was
really
like a decrepit battleship.
old battleship.
Like still had masts and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
steam engines were in.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what had ended up happening is it went into, like, the main port of Havana, which was
Cuba.
Cuba, which was a colony of the Spanish Empire at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it exploded under mysterious circumstances.
But it happened in Cuba.
In Cuba. And from what I remember, like, the explosion was way bigger than what it theoretically should have been.
Like it meant that they had put like more payload on the ship beforehand
Exactly.
than it was normally capable of carrying.
Oh no, we
Exactly.
put quadruple the amount of ammunition supposed to be on there.
We put a barrel of powder in each rack,
Yeah.
and we got rid of all the crew members to do it.
And
Except the captain. Captain goes down with the ship.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Next ship thing later. But anyway, Maine on Spain.
so, yeah, the ship exploded under mysterious circumstances. And the entire, country, the U.S., was sent up in arms through, like, massive propaganda. Well, not propaganda, technically, I guess. But, like, it went through all the U.S. news system, the papers and everything
was all speculative.
reported this massive disaster. They pretty much reported it as an attack on the United States from the Spanish Empire. And then that got people real mad, real bloodthirsty. And then the U.S. ended up invading... I think they invaded Cuba. They invaded the Philippines. They basically brought an end to the Spanish Empire.
It's like why we have
You went to the
it's why we have
Philippines?
Puerto Rico
Puerto
now.
Rico. Yeah.
Yeah. It's why we have that now.
That's quite a stretch. Cuba, to the Philippines.
Well, that was where the Spanish had colonies.
We just kind of
So yeah, that was the start
these
of
are
American
mine.
imperialism
Hey, I'm
as
down.
well.
I'm down. Spread the love, baby.
Spread the love.
Blame the Spain on Maine. I hadn't heard it like that before.
Yeah, blame the Spain on Maine. We need to go to war. What do we have? What tragedy do we have to blame?
An old boat.
Blame Maine on Spain.
Let's be real. The economic boosts you get after a war and during a war are insane, though. Like after World War One and World War One for a little bit till they ruined it. But after World War Two,
Those stock markets, man.
The early 20s were pretty crazy. Lots of jazz and alcohol. Well,
speakeasies.
speakeasy. There was a lot of alcohol, just not a lot of,
Have you guys ever been to a speakeasy?
Openly.
There's one in the city. No, there's one here. There's one in Duluth.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the.
There's one in Lake City.
You're the one. You're the one. Maybe they didn't hear it.
Is that the first edited thing in this whole
It might be the first edited thing in this podcast. No. Do we actually care, or do we?
Well, we'll have to see. Anyways, welcome back to episode 4.
Welcome to the start of episode 4.
We haven't started yet. It has definitely not been an hour.
Would not be the first time we've restarted the episode.
This far in, though?
One of them was pretty
close.
long. It was pretty close to like 45 minutes in, yeah.
Really?
That's funny. But for them, it was only 0 minutes.
Yeah, for them,
Yeah, they don't even know.
Exactly.
Now you do know.
Now you know.
A little bit of editing.
There's a little bit of wizardry involved in this.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, there's a speakeasy in our city. We live in Lake City, unnamed Lake City.
Yeah, I was gonna say because we used to road trip to Chicago every now and then. I don't know.
Which is 24 hours away and not close at all.
Did you ever go?
Exactly.
Did you ever go?
With you guys? No.
Oh, okay.
Never once. I was working at camps. I was being a good Christian boy.
Oh, we went on a school night one time. that wasn't with anyone from our town though.
Yeah.
But we went and we heard about this.
Was that when you were dating that chick from Webster?
No. Anyways, onto a better topic. We went to Chicago because, I don't know, we just wanted pizza or something.
Yeah.
And it was like...
As one does.
It was like 12 hours from where we were. And we saw on Facebook about some laundromat that had a secret in it. Like, it didn't say what the secret was or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we're like, let's go there. And so we went to this laundromat, and it was just normal laundromat, just dryers and everything and washers. And there was some, people standing in the corner, and we were, when we walked in, and then we started walking the other way away from them to, look around, see what whatever secret was.
Yep.
And then we heard a click, and we looked behind us, and all the people were gone.
Oh.
They were just gone.
Oh, dang.
And we were like, it's over there! So we all run over there, and we're, pulling on stuff, messing with doors, whatever. And my buddy pulls on one of the dryer doors, and, 4 of the dryers open up into this giant door.
Oh
my God. All the dryers and washers.
It is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
they still work though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The washers and dryers
There's just one dryer door that's shut, tight.
Yeah, but you just have to pull on it really hard, and they just all open up. And then you go down these stairs. There's a bouncer right there, but he was super cool. So because we were in high school, but he still let us in.
Yeah, you looked like how you look in that book I just showed them earlier, and he still let you in.
Yeah, I don't know how. But
imagine bug-eyed little child.
Yeah. Crazy. But no, we walked down this flight of stairs into this basement in Chicago. And there's just this giant bar. They had like a stage down there, tons of tables. It was like an old speakeasy from back then.
That's crazy.
And like, it's not, obviously, you don't need a speakeasy now.
No.
But
It's still a lot of
they
fun.
kept it, like, all the decorations the same and everything. It was super cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, there's one in this city that is the old jail. And it's really cool. There's like a hidden elevator behind. It's like the old county building.
What time does it close?
We can go tonight if you really want to, but it's kind of pricey.
Well, that's it for the podcast. I'm just kidding.
We're at about an hour now, though.
Yeah, we're at about an hour, but we might have to edit out a few things. So let's give them an extra, like a bonus minute or two.
That's right.
Yeah, especially
And
since you were
in this bonus minute, we have...
speed run. We're going to talk about the Concordia, that ship, that cruise ship, because we were talking about Captain always goes down with the ship. How about the one captain that didn't go down with the ship and got in a big pile of trouble for it?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't know the
Concordia was it just called the Concordia? Or was it called the Costa Concordia?
Yeah,
it was an Italian cruise ship
Okay.
piloted by like this Italian scumbag. This happened like 2014.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
2014?
Yeah, like a while ago.
Oh, I think I know about this.
Yes,
okay.
you do know
All
about
right.
this.
Well, I thought you were going to tell
That's the
some like
Concordia.
1800s sailor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, it's like in modern times.
2012.
Yeah, 2012. It's Elliot's got the reference because this show is researched.
Yep.
But
That's
the
right.
pilot was like the biggest scumbag ever,
Thank you, Wikipedia.
and like that kind of stuff. But also, he was like a cool dude, and he had one of his maitre d'. It's like the guy, the head's not servant, but like whatever. That's the head dude, the head server.
Mm-hmm.
His like aunt or mother or something like that lived on this island like just outside of Italy, and he was going to do a sail by salute. Is when you just go really really close to the land and then lay on the horn for a while. So basically, what Andy and I did just in our hometown to anyone.
In my mom's minivan.
And in my minivan. Not my mom's. Mine. I had my own.
Hey, my mom's minivan was mine.
Mhm.
I drove it. I trashed it, hitting a deer. It's mine.
Anyway, he tried to do a sick Tokyo drift around the island, and he did not. And he slammed into some rocks
Oh no.
real hard. And he's this scumbag, and like he was the first person to leave the ship.
Yep.
Like just like was like, I gotta get out of here. No, it was like his whole deal was just like, well, see you later, and he just left. And like the rest of the crew is like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And like for the first 30, 40 minutes, he's like convincing the crew that the ship is not sinking, even though the guys in engineering are like, yeah, both engine compartments are completely full of water.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Yeah, and so it was already bad, and like the sail by salute was already something that it's common. Like they still do it now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cool thing. It is cool, and it's like they were gonna do it like for his aunt's birthday or something like that, whatever. And it was gonna be like a nice gesture, but like it was the combined effort of the captain, the helmsman, and then like the first mate or whatever that just completely destroyed the ship.
And it was a cruise ship?
It killed like 12 people or something like that.
It was
What?
more than that.
More than that. It
I think
killed
33 was the number I saw.
Yeah, 33.
30,
So,
yeah,
this,
3.
so hold on a second. You're telling me
It took until 2018 to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
So it took 6 years to clean.
6 years to clean.
How do I
30
not
people
remember
died.
this?
I don't
And
know.
the guy
I'll
was the
send you a
first to
video
leave.
later that's really good on
I
it.
feel like I should remember this.
Yeah. I mean, it happened when we were in school, so... But, it's in Italy, so it's not like we would have paid attention to it.
Yeah, but 2012 wasn't that long ago.
It was not. I mean, it was... What was it, 7 years
It was
ago?
an election year.
No, it was 9 years ago.
Oh my god, that was
Yeah,
9 years ago.
It was a leap year. Oh, wild.
That was a leap year?
Yeah.
Too bad they couldn't leap over those rocks.
Yikes! But there's a really good phone call. I'll see if I can put a link to it in the episode description, maybe in the YouTube, and not on our other ones, because I don't want that to be spam.
That's right.
But there's a phone call from, like, the harbor master to the captain's personal cell phone. It's in Italian.
Okay.
But, there's one little part in English where he just swears at him and tells him to get the F back on his boat.
Yeah.
better crawl back up there, boy.
He's like, I will come back there and personally escort you back to the ship and drag you there and tie you to the chair and then leave you there until everyone...
His mom's gonna grab his ear and pull him back.
Yeah, then grab his ear. And no more spaghetti for you.
The meatball!
The meatball! The spicy meatball!
There's nothing I can do, Mama. The meatball, I hit it with my ship.
Mama, I'm sorry!
I hit the meatball with my ship. The ravioli, she's sinking.
Oh, I'm gonna be home for dinner. I left my ship.
Ravioli!
Spaghetti!
Right. Now that we've
got the bonus
Italian Americans.
Hey! I'm going to some gabagoo.
Gabagoo.
The gabagoo. Anyway, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, those are our two main places to listen. Otherwise, we have our YouTube channel. But if you like the show, please follow us and give us a 5-star rating. If you don't like the show, give us a 5-star rating and then never listen again.
Harsh.
Follow our Instagram, Instagram.com/Lake City Variety.
That's right.
Our YouTube, we don't have a custom URL yet, but we do have the last 3 episodes up. We're on Spotify, we're on Anchor. Thank you, Anchor, again this week.
Oh,
Still giving us those pennies per listen, which is actually really nice. Our Patreon, we just hit $15 on our Patreon. We didn't get a Subway sandwich, but we did go and get some big old burgers. So we have eaten since the first episode. We're not dying, don't worry.
I have not eaten since the first episode. So
yeah,
I
Levi's
have
not
actually
with us.
died.
He decided to be on the phone instead.
That's right. I make calls sometimes.
But yeah, just give us a follow wherever you prefer to listen. We will hopefully within the next week or so have new equipment that will sound much better. We'll have our own individual mics and things like that. It'll be a lot better show. Thank you, Andy.
It was a pleasure
For joining us as our first guest. This is the Andy special.
Andy special,
whichever way you want to call this, but
yeah, it was the worst one. Trust me.
You'd be surprised. There's only 4 of these now, but you'd be surprised.
Top 5 episodes, Andy. Honestly.
Yeah, you did. Top 5.
Oh, I'm doing great. Career's taken off.
Yeah,
as a guest.
Your guest career. We might get you on back when next time you're on leave, but
oh, that won't be. I'll be out by then.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's gonna be in a year and some change.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening to the show. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back next Tuesday. Maybe another guest episode. Maybe just back to the original boys.
That's right. OG.